Because I mentioned protective industrial products of Olive Branch, Mississippi, I'll say it again: protective industrial products of Mississippi. The point is, now it ain't your fault; it's my fault. Like because I smoked weed with 12 to 14 days previously. I mean, over 12 to 14 days previously, I'd smoked some weed. I don't know how much for that. So I had a trace amount of weed in my system. So all of a sudden, I'm not reporting the accident. I'm not being able to take a little time off to recover, and I'm just carrying on because that's all I know. That's all the fuck I know is to carry on, carry on, carry on. So children know if all your lead men can come in reeking of weed, and you get injured, you don't worry about it. You report it, okay? You use that as use that. I'm saying if your lead man can smoke all the weed he wants to every break, come in reeking, then if you have an accident and you have a trace because you smoked in the last month, then you report it and recover. Okay, so this is my fault, but it's them for like not noticing like of course souls beings are gonna hire souls beings. Like I don't know why would y'all think otherwise. The behavior, what would you think you're dealing with? Why would you think everything has a soul? Affirmative. I'm just saying, why would you even slightly consider? And it's the thing is, it's actually like in those scriptures. There's a etheric being. There's the Devlon Meg says there's 4 different types of humans created, and so there is a pre-Adamic man. That doesn't mean we serve the supercomputer. That's the whole point. So we say it's the days of Noah. We don't mean that we serve the supercomputer. Obviously, but I gotta make this short. Yeah. So the thing is, I'm trying to get us out of here. Like they're not listening. They never. Let's say this again. Like, what was your reaction when you learned of the Industrial Revolution in junior high? By 8th or 9th, I think it was 9th grade. Before I met the Alabama Indian, before I think even the actual stalking happened, because I was hidden in this little bitty school. That's one thing. I was hidden. What are those tests? Whatever. I didn't have those tests. The IQ test, at least. So nothing knew anything about me. So. Again, I don't know how much I read the book, but my mother just started. She said she read like the first page, handed to me. I started reading. Who cares the memorization? I was like 3. I was like 3.5 to 4 years old. Why was she even trying that? But she never. But then she took me. There's only 2 teachers at that school. Seriously, and I'm Miss Coley, outstanding with the language, and that would make sense with like language, Black Magic English. You'd have to establish that with Yahweh's religion, but. Yeah, but I'm not picking on her. No, she's excellent. So I know language. Okay. That was my minor also. So English is my minor at the university. Okay. But yeah, it's like, I don't know. Like, I didn't know. Do I have to wear a shirt? Does that do any good? Like when every employer is integrate, I'm right here. Can you not see? What you see life right here? You see processing out the wazoo, and you want to keep passing that up because all you're concerned about is obey. When you go to an interview, your employer is looking for, will you obey? That's all they're looking for. That's all we got here. Will you obey? Death. Because nothing is going on but death. So, when you heard about the Industrial Revolution, was your first thought, well, that ended as it began, and gross. Either one. If your thought wasn't, ooh, gross, and that ended as soon as it began, we're not we're not only not the same, we're not on the same team. So all this servants of Metatron and have access to Metatron, all y'all with access to the supercomputer. This is the first thing I noticed. A dude was just like orgasming all over himself because he was like trying to sever a cord from the Azazel spirit that was in the Alabama Indian. Like obvious. That's one of the first things I got when I got on TikTok. So when I come back, I'm not expecting it to keep going. It's like 2 years later. And then there's like the goddess waiting on you. I'm sorry you were sitting there waiting. Like, I'm sorry you the most popular. What? I don't care. Huh? You talk about us and talk about us and talk about us. Now, when there's no one else you can be talking about. All the water references. Who else is child of the water? All the water references. And as soon as we bite, nothing. As soon as we bite, like obviously that's me. Because we're not going to do it. It's only the second time I bit on a reader. Absolutely still waiting. Now, if it's blocked, that's what I'll stop everything and that has to be established. But if you're deleting comments because I stepped on your return to sender toes, that's obvious. Go to Ella. Affirmative. Go to Ella on TikTok. You cannot. I'm trying to help y'all. You can't return to sender because it's only going to hurt you. So why would anyone, I'm not saying she did. Why would anyone interfere was like, hey, I got to stop that because I'm going to process the new information because obviously I don't know everything. So yes, men, yes, you're gonna have to be older than your divine feminine counterpart to pull her out of the matrix. And she's gonna be fighting you. I don't know why they're fighting. I mean, like, you want to talk about the Matrix? Yes, this is gonna be the opposite of the movie. Yeah, the male is older. You might be 15 to 20 years older. The male's older. He's going to pull his counterpart out of the Matrix. And is she gonna come? I don't know. And is this a final decision? I don't know. I'm about to be dead. There's no option. Okay, the point is, like, I don't like, my sister's done wonderful things, but it's like, obviously, I'm not going to limp around the rest of my life. If this leg isn't going to heal, and the thing is, I'm feeling I thought there was something I'm doing. Hell, I put my leg up, I'm popping out of here. The number of times my knee is popping could only be from a fall like that. That's the only thing, and there's been no other injury. There is nothing I could have possibly done that could allow a knee to pop that many times except that fall through the dock. And you have so much adrenaline in you at the time of any injury, you don't realize how much you're injured. So that's the other thing. It's like, yeah, kids, like, if you get injured anywhere, sports, especially at the job, you have to stop because you have so much adrenaline, you don't know you can't feel what actually happened. And so, I get arrogant because I've always done it. Because, you got to just keep going. Work between breaks. I mean, like, I worked kind of jobs like not the Southern Indian. Yeah, just work till you drop. Oh, if you die, wonderful. This shift can kill me. Thank you. When I'm getting burned in a container and black people, Africans are being burned in a container, that means you're getting burned in a container. It ain't just my sensitive white skin. But I don't know what to say. Like, we're asking for a handout. All the talking, still not a damn dollar. Is everything blocked to mine? Y'all act like you can't go to my page and see. Okay? So no, kids, don't give. Don't risk your life giving. Don't risk your home giving. And I don't have to convince anybody. What I volunteered for should know the risk I took. Has anyone ever pushed their car out twice because they didn't save enough emergency money for a battery? Had plenty of money, but just gave it away 2 different occasions and literally had to. Luckily, they had a stick shift, so to continue working to make more money to give away, they had to push their car, jump it off like a motorcycle. And one time, I had to get a neighbor to push my car, kind of damage a little bit just to get to work because I didn't save myself enough for a battery. Money is always, this digital fiction's always been the timing. Always. You get ahead of the curve, you keep going. You get behind the curve, you may never get back. I'm sitting here. I've risked, and I can't get some TikTok Indian to return $1,100, $11 measly dollars, because I'm not in London, Awakening Leela. She couldn't get that to her damn head. I'm not in London where I can take a bicycle or public transportation and survive and get jobs. I'm not as rural as I was, but I'm about. Every interview takes about 45 minutes. I'm not going to run out of gas money, so I'm stuck here or a burden. I'm going to leave before I run out of gas money. And I can't get a spoiled brat TikTok Indian to return what he knows he has to. I gave it under false pretenses. I would never donate to anything that was concerned about being a top 10 rapper during our Holocaust. How complicated is that, son? Huh? No, I wasn't human. I was human. You. It's like I don't know what this alternate stuff is, but like, I mean, his lyrics, I get his point, but like, I didn't know, like, dude, you're gonna start transferring the same Alabama Indian as Hazel Spirit. Hell, you became him. They're like, what? You look that was him putting his face over you in a video. There's no way around it. This spirit, I've seen it jump. Okay. If y'all don't have this Hazel Spirit going on, you don't know what we're talking about. Okay? So, I don't. If we ask, I can't feed Pine Ridge Reservation working at Church's Chicken. If they would have hired, or any of these other measly jobs, you understand? Some measly under $20 an hour, even over 20, ain't gonna feed Pine Ridge. Or anybody gonna get on that? Or we gonna let Pine Ridge rot? Are the elders still digging in the trash with their children over government subsidies on their own land? None of y'all are in the situation the American Indians in. Okay? None of y'all. Not even close. And to not give them respect, that's the thing. It ain't about, it's never been about me. But I know how you cannot mention them still. You want to keep talking like we are not the same. If you don't know for certain you're here to end the Industrial Revolution, nor do you give a rat's ass, we're not on the same team. And yes, you are far beneath us. You're nowhere near us that are here to end the Industrial Revolution. No ifs, ands, or buts. You cannot hold our jocks.